Hello, ladies and gentlemen, industry exits. Welcome to an episode of Let's Talk, episode 28. It's called My High School Experience and slash Getting a Girlfriend. Well, before we get into today's topic, if you're new, subscribe, click on that notification, Instagram, so you know what to do. Uh, let's talk about my experience in high school and why I hated and loved it at the same time. For starters, this was before I got into high school. I was in a middle school called Elliott, which was one of my favorite middle schools I've ever been to. I was able to interact with other kids. I had four friends that were just like me, high functioning, but they were also smart at the same time. And and also, I almost had a girlfriend at the time as well. But after Elliott, Eastern Senior High School was one of the worst schools I've ever been to in my life. And I literally thought that, you know, that I was going to be having that same experience like I did with Elliott. And for some strange reason, going into high school was about to become a rough start for me. Cause I'm autistic, so I was in a special ed class since my whole life. And boy, did I hate it. We stuck in there with 24/7, 24 hours, without going different classes, history, math, science, you name it. But we literally had to learn everything from, in one classroom. I didn't really want my high school experience to be just like that, but I didn't really have a choice anyway. But I did met some cool people in my life. My substitute teacher, Mr. Little John, he was one of my favorite substitute teachers because I could talk to him about anything. He doesn't get mad, he doesn't get angry. He loves hip hop. He kind of inspired me to rap one time, but for some reason, I feel like I sometimes forget who I was at the beginning because, yeah, I mean, it's okay to be inspired by other people, but you don't have to be just like them as far as like doing the same things they're doing, but you can learn from them, but you don't have to be like them. So that's kind of what I'm getting at. So getting back to, hey, what's up, Brandon? How you doing? So getting back to my experience in high school and why I think it was one of my rough experiences in my life. And this is when this ID, I'm surprised I have it. I was 15 when I first came to school. Again, I wanted to be just like other kids. I basically wanted to interact with other kids, but I wasn't allowed to, which is sad because I'm a people's person, so I want to get a chance to meet them, get to know them, and be their friends. Maybe someday I'll go to their class and learn a few things, and they can somehow tutor me and work with me. But I didn't do none of that. I mean, none of that at all. And which is sad to me because high school is just high school. I wanted to meet with other people, but there are times when I slip up in my life. When certain other people. I would have to admit one thing. There were a few people that were joining on me, and I tended to join on them back. But somehow I got in trouble for that. And this is way back in 2007. And I feel like every time, someone wants to join on them back, I forget sometimes to just ignore them. But at the end of the day, we all make mistakes. We're not perfect, but sometimes high school can be very tricky. And my experience and my journey to high school was a mess. It was up until 2008 when I went back to school. I met new people in my life that were really, really cool. And I think Mr. Rowland was one of my favorite substitute teachers again, Miss Rowe. She was one of those two. Miss Askadak. I like her. Um, I feel like I wasn't home because Mr. Rowling, he was um, an amazing person, and I remember his laughs, and he listens to the same things we listen to: go-go, Lil Wayne, hip hop, and he loves fighting games as well. I was like, okay, this is the perfect substitute teacher that I've always wanted. Somebody to talk to, someone that I can relate to, But Miss Sasuke, she was cool, even though she was Asian, but she was cool. I didn't care about her skin color though, but she was cool. I like her. I talked to her about a few things that she understood me. And Miss Rollins, she was cool too. She's a huge anime fan and she's an art fan as well. She taught us about dynamic poses and everything, and she's cool. She's cool. I like her. But then came 2009 when everything changed for strange reasons. I turned 18. I was beginning to become a young adult. Street Fighter 4 was out. That was another thing. Two of my best friends that's been in my house for the first time. That was one of the best experience I can never forget. Then I broke my index finger because I dislocated. I was shadow boxing into this area right there, and my index finger is as you guys can see, it's not like this. It's all the way further down because I was shadow boxing, but yet I'm able to make a regular fist. But when my hand was healed, I was doing this. But still, man, I was serious. But my hand was swollen up like an orange. It was really bad. So I ended up going to the hospital, getting my index finger put back in place. But the way they were putting pressure on it, shoving it down my knuckle, it hurt like crazy. But a few things that I kind of missed doing was art. I missed drawing, and once I was able to during PE, I was able to play some dodgeball, and I accidentally put so much pressure into my right hand. Well, my right hand, because the cast, it gave away all my strength. So I basically had to use all of my strength to get my my right hand back in action. And plus, I was able to do some drawings at the time, and I struggled doing my work as well. So I'm glad my hand got better. I was able to do things that I love doing before I even graduated high school. Plus, I went to my first prom. So that was one of the fun experiences ever. Then it came 2009 when I graduated from high school. It was like 90 degrees outside in the middle of a football field, and I was so hot, my clothes were soaking wet. I wanted to get out of there, and I was able to. Then we went to go to the crowd to celebrate my graduation. And 2009 was an amazing year for me because I graduated high school. Again, Street Fighter 4 was out. I broke my index finger. I was 18, and I almost had my girlfriend yet again. I just don't understand, I just don't understand every time you know what? Speaking of girlfriend, I struggled having a girlfriend my whole life. Because why? Because I'm just shy. I was just a shy person, and to me, I'm still going through. I still go through that today. As far as me getting a girlfriend for the first time, I just want to be loved, to be in love for the first time. But I feel like when I go to a girl, I get shy. I just don't know how to overcome that. So I need to figure out how to overcome my shyness of, pretty girls. And it's gotten worse. It's gotten way worse. But at the same time, I have a few stories to tell you guys. When I first went to this place called Admiral's Crab House around 2012, I've known my friends in there for 7 years, but there was this one girl that I like, that I had a crush on, and her name was Abby. I couldn't stop thinking about her when I first saw her. She was always in my head, in my mind, but once I realized that she had a boyfriend, that really had me upset in my brain, because I was this close of getting my girlfriend from Chesapeake Beach, and yes, she was white. So what? I could get any girl. It doesn't matter what skin color, but at the same time, I was getting this close of getting her, having my first girlfriend. But boy, I was wrong. She had a boyfriend named Ricky. You know, he's a good dude. Shout out to him, by the way. They started a family. But this is when my experience when I first had a crush on Abby. But I wanted to, you know, have her as my first girlfriend. But at the same time, you can't date customers. You can't, you know, do that. But at the same time, I mean, I like pretty girls, but the problem is that I'm just so shy. You know, like I struggle to wanting to talk to them. You know, getting to know them. It's weird. It's weird. And what really bugged me the most is there are times when, you know, I see a girl, I was like, okay, she's hot and sexy. I wanted to go up there and talk to her in a respectful manner, because, you know, I don't talk to girls in a disrespectful way. You know, I'm not, you know, saying something inappropriate, but if you're in a relationship, you know, I guess you're allowed to do something like that, but not when you're meeting somebody for the first time. You know, just be genuine, be real, be respectful. You know, I want that. I mean, I actually want that on my own, but I'm not like those other dudes out there who are so disrespectful, having a one night stand, getting somebody pregnant, then ended up on child support when you're just dating girls after girls after girls. Like, I don't want that for my life. I mean, yes, I'm 27 years old. I'm still young. You know, I'm still young. I still feel like a teenager, but at the end of the day, you know, you're as young as you be, but you have to be your own age. But I'm still wrestling with that with myself, because I'm 27 years old and I'm still you know, acting like a teenager. So if there's anybody out there who is watching this video who can relate to my issues as well, please comment down below, because I want to hear your stories. And sometimes it's kind of hard getting a girlfriend, because, you know, you're such a shy person. Yeah, I have female cousins all the time, but I talk to them all the time. But when it comes to getting a girlfriend on my own, like, I struggle. But then I get scared to talk to them, and you know, wondering where their parents are, where their father and their mother are, and either that, or I could just, you know, try to talk to them and get to know the parents before I decide to jump into a relationship with their child. Well, their daughter, you know. And I think that's one of the biggest reasons why I struggle to get a girlfriend, and I'm still going through that today, and I just don't understand why. God, if you're hearing this, I need your help, straight up. But I know that's not a way to pray, to ask God for help, but you guys know what I mean when I say that. So in closing of this video, my high school experience kind of sucked, but thank God I made it out of there. And I'm still struggling to get a girlfriend of my own, but maybe someday she'll come to me. But it doesn't matter what color, race you come from. If you're right for me, I'm yours forever. If you guys enjoyed this video, subscribe, comment, follow me on Instagram as well, W-Check2, and I'll see you later. Wait a minute, someone, I think someone, left another comment. I don't know who it is, but I think it's Peter, RHP Gaming. I'm not sure, but yeah. If you guys enjoyed this video, subscribe, comment, follow me on Instagram, WHF2, and I'll see you in my next video.